Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pushing the Lines. It's me, Magic's Bets, and I got it right this time. Mike B's
Yeah,
Bets.
the man, the 615 parlay slayer, the.
Hey, if you haven't been following his bets lately, he's been hitting a triple double parlays lately. Golly. And if he misses, he's been barely missing. I should have followed a few of them myself.
I tell y'all, man, you have to you always got to play your one lotto if you really think it's gonna hit. Even if you're round robin it, you just play it. You never know.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a straight bet type person, but lately I've been throwing in a couple parlays here and there, anywhere from plus 200 to plus 1,500 odds, and I've hit a couple of them myself. But
Yeah,
I like to play it safe.
yeah. You never know if you don't play.
But we are here for Monday Night Football. And as we
Yes,
said on
sir.
yesterday's show, thank you, veterans. It is officially Veterans Day. We appreciate every one of you who have served, and we owe all of our freedoms to you.
Sure do, man. Sure do. You should not have to pay for a meal today or a drink today. Everything should be on the house for you. We appreciate you. We thank you. Thank you for your service today.
So, about yesterday, had some pretty good football, and you thought we were going to have a lot of stale football games.
Them afternoon games was horrible.
I mean, the evening game was good.
That was like a playoff game. That was a hell of a game.
Tell you what, let's just go down the list. Of course, Thursday night, that game was a shootout.
It was.
You had Jamar Chase looking like an all-world receiver that he is. He had 11 catches for 264 yards, three touchdowns.
He caused me to lose a lot of fantasy leagues.
Man, dude, I'm glad I did not go up against him because he wore people out.
Well, let me say he caused me to lose one. I didn't have a shot. He had Chase Brown. Had Chase Brown's anyway, he had Chase Brown and Jamar Chase on there. So yeah, I didn't have a shot.
Uh,
There's something wrong with him.
yeah. I mean, you can't help but laugh, man. What's up, Trey? You doing all right? Oh, yeah, Baltimore pulled that one out, 35-34, close game. Then you had the what where were they at? Berlin?
Germany, yeah, that was
Germany.
in Germany.
Germany. Carolina Panthers and New York Giants. I'm surprised we didn't wake up to hear about Brian DeBall losing his job because the Panthers have been getting people fired this year.
So what's going to happen? He he's going to bench Daniel Jones.
He
They
has no
asked him
choice.
about
He has
it,
no
and
choice.
he was non-committal as ever. I think he's going to bench him.
I mean, you have no choice. Your job is on the line right now. And
Yeah, for
unless you do something to turn that that team around right now,
yeah,
you can cancel coming back next year. And the first step would be bitching the quarterback. He's made too many mistakes this year.
yeah. They just not a good football team. And you hate it. What you really hate is one side that you can tell they're getting better. Like the defensive side of the Giants, they look way better than offense. The defense actually keeps them in the ball game, whereas the offense takes them out of the ball game. And that is a quick way to have any dissension in your locker room if that happens.
Yep.
And it was some dissension this weekend in on two different football teams.
We'll cover those when we get to them.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. We'll
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about when we get to them.
speaking of Veterans Day, this used to be America's team, New England Patriots. Um, Fittingly so, they beat the Bears.
The Bears got to let it. Matt Eberflus should have been fired last night. Um, I've heard of coach killers. I've never. I'm gonna give you a new term. He's a kamikaze coach. He's killing his damn self and his staff. Uh, I think as the casual fan, sometimes we underrate and we think these professionals they know everything because they got these jobs. You can see Matt Eberflus cannot develop a quarterback. Neither can his staff. Uh, Justin Fields and Caleb Williams. If nobody told you, they look exactly identically the same. Same offense. They have no identity. Defense is playing better. They went and got Keenan. And it's no way you should have Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, DeAndre Swift, and Cole Kmet and not be able to score. You
So
literally have, and Roma Dunze shows signs of being a number one, if not a real good number two, and they just cannot move the ball. It makes no sense to me.
so we were gonna save this particular well, what I'm about to say, we are gonna save it for the later portion of the show if we had time, or we
Mhm.
were gonna move it to another episode this week. But Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator for the Lions, I've said it before. He mentioned a few weeks ago that if the Bears job had came open in the offseason, that was the one job that he would have considered leaving the Lions for.
Yeah.
He's been a hot offensive coordinator for the past couple of years. He's interviewed several times with different teams, but he's always turned them down because he felt like the job was not right for him. I could see the Bears hearing his statement,
Mm.
and with the way things are going right now with that Lions offense and the way that team is being ran, they'll let Matt Eberflus go by the end of the year.
See, my thing about Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator for Detroit, the reason I'm trying to push him to Jacksonville is because I don't think he want to see Detroit. He know Detroit. Detroit is built to win, to be a dynasty. Like they're not built to win and go to the playoffs and be like Dallas. And I'm not making slight of Dallas. I'm using them as an example. They're built to where they can string off at least two or three Super Bowls. So my thing is, if you do go to Jacksonville, you got a good quarterback, two good running backs. You got a good tight end, top five tight end, the way he's playing. You got Brian Thomas, you got Gabe Davis, you got Christian Kirk. I feel like you can win with that. That's I'm not trying to stray away from the Bears, but it is some decent young teams out here, and they're not being coached carefully. You already know if you are a top pick, say a top five, top 10 pick, 95% of the time you go into a team that was not good the year before. Also, with that team being bad, they should have a lot of salary cap to put some players around you. If not that year, the next year for sure.
Unless you were the New Orleans Saints and you're gonna be 30 million over cap next year.
Yeah, then you screwed.
Yeah,
So, I you look at the team and you just trying to be like, well, they show signs, and then the next game they just look like they literally don't know how to play football. And you look at the fans, you get on social media, and they want to blame Caleb Williams. I can't put this on Caleb Williams. He looks rushed. He looks very uncomfortable. And it shows. DJ Moore walking off the field, and the play is not over. He's checked out pretty much. Keenan Allen being frustrated. They not getting Cole Kmet involved, and Cole Kmet is a hell of a tight end. Yeah, I don't know. They need a culture change.
they need culture change, coach change.
Yeah. So me personally, if I'm going to change coaches, and I know my team sucks, and I got a top five pick, and I know I'm going to draft a quarterback, my head coach is going to be either a great offensive coordinator or I'm gonna give me a head coach that can bring along a great offensive coordinator to develop these young quarterbacks because they need it.
Yep,
And some of these coaches, they just not qualified to do it.
a lot of them are not. All right, we'll move on to the San Francisco 49ers. They won by 23-20 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Um, McCaffrey was back. He had 107 total yards in
Hmm.
his season debut. 49ers defense allowed 3.8 yards per play. I mean, it wasn't hard with the people that the Buccaneers are missing, but you still expect more than that.
I just think this 49ers team hit their ceiling last year. I think we get so enamored on certain teams, and we just think that them not being good is not plausible. San Francisco may just be a regular team now because of their injuries and the decisions that they have to make. They just may be a just an average team this year. We may have to come to grips to that. Then yesterday I was talking about the dissension that we was talking about earlier with the who was we talking about? The Panthers and the Giants.
Hmm.
So the kicker missed 3 or 4 kicks yesterday, Jake Moody. And the one before he hit the game winner, Debo came off to the side and he shoved the holder and he pushed the kicker. I think he was more so with the holder, but he accidentally hit Jake Moody too. You got that going on. But now if you Debo, you can't you can't miss a catch. You can't drop a third down pass. You can't drop a touchdown pass because now everybody's going to be looking at you, and which they may already be because you the one missed the most games on the team.
Oh, Abraham brought up that stiff arm I was talking to you about yesterday.
Yeah, I wanna say something about Tampa Bay too, man. We make fun of Baker Mayfield. Well, we used to. He is literally trying himself to carry this team somewhere. And I know because I know that's your team, Trey. You got to eventually show Baker Mayfield some love because he fighting. He's literally willing to die for this team out on that field to stiff arm Bosa and complete that pass. Within the past 2 weeks, he's came within a couple of plays of beating both Super Bowl uh, teams. You got to give it to him, man. He doing what he can to try to keep this team relevant.
He's doing the most with the less, with the least.
Yeah, he don't. I mean, he does not have nothing. Cade Otton look like Travis Kelsey, and he getting him the ball, and he dumping the ball off when he can. They blitzing him because they know the receivers can't get open. He playing. I mean, you got to give it to him. You got to give it to
All right. Then we had Kansas City barely beating Denver Broncos. Told you that game was gonna be close.
him. Man, I'm not one of them people that hate teams. I'm starting to hate Kansas City, man. They just win. Like that, they just win. Let me ask you something. Do you look anything into uh, Patrick Mahomes with his hot mic saying something to the ref about letting him know?
He was joking.
Yeah, people they take shit,
Now, don't get me
they
wrong.
run with it.
They get calls all the time that they should not get, but he was joking at
Yeah,
that moment.
they do.
So, I forgot where I was going. You threw me off with that question. Oh, speaking of Kansas City, they play Buffalo this week. Right now, the line is Buffalo favorite -1.5. Take that right now because
You
I
think
guarantee
Buffalo
you,
gonna beat them?
Buffalo is going to beat them, and Buffalo is going to beat them by more than that. But the line is going to move. It's probably going to move closer to 3 points.
This man, he hate Baker Mayfield. I just don't understand it. I'm telling you, man. Hey, look, whatever your issues are with Baker. But the way he been playing this year, if it wasn't for him, they may put y'all in the ACC in college football because he all y'all got. You see your teammates playing hard for him. You better appreciate what you got. You could be like Chicago. You could be like Dallas. I'm telling you, you Tampa Bay is better than what you think. That's your team. Shit. It's a whole lot of teams that will take Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. A funny thing from the Kansas City Broncos game. Broncos had more total yards, but still couldn't come away with the win.
They outplayed Kansas City
Yeah,
yesterday. Patrick Mahomes is he ain't playing good this year. I don't know why they keep trying to. I don't know why they keep trying to illusion us that he's playing well. He's in the MVP discussion. I'm not seeing it. That's just me. I'm watching these games because you have to watch Kansas City because they put them on TV. I'm not seeing it. I see Lamar. I see Jared Goff. I see Derrick Henry. I see Saquon. I see all these
Allen,
things. I don't see Patrick Mahomes in that category.
not this year.
But they keep on. I don't know. Is that game in Buffalo or Kansas City next week?
I think it's in Buffalo.
It may be a good game. I tell you
Definitely.
what. Uh, I don't know what Shane Steichen gonna do about
His
shit. Joe
quarterback
Flacco
situation.
look worse than Anthony Richardson.
3 interceptions.
Yeah, didn't he have three last week? Three.
I don't remember last week, but yeah, he looked average yesterday.
Ever since they benched Anthony Richardson, Joe Flacco looked worse than Anthony Richardson. So I mean, they got Jonathan Taylor, but they got a big problem in Indy. You think it'll cost him his job?
Steichen or Flacco?
Shit, both.
No, I think Steichen's got at least another year. They know he's got quarterback problems. Um, but it wasn't all of Joe Flacco's fault. That defense had pressure on him. They got 4 sacks and a pick
Oh
six.
yeah, they know he can't run.
Yep, it's all about the defense scheme sometimes.
This is my game right here.
Boy, hey, I told you it was gonna be one of the games of the day. And actually, to me, it probably was the game of the day
Yeah,
until that late game.
yeah.
That late game kind of surpassed it. But the Steelers and the Commanders, 28-27. It was a good game. Mike
Hell of a
Williams got his redemption.
hell of a game. I'm glad for Mike Williams. I'm glad for Mike Tomlin. They helped us be in first place, so I'm thankful for that. Pittsburgh gonna be a hard ass team to beat.
They are.
Very hard to beat. Russell Wilson and I was going to say Carl Pickens. Lord have mercy. George Pickens. I love that duo. George Pickens is a dog. I
Yes,
can
he
tell
is.
you that now.
You got two tall wide receivers that can go up and get jump
And
balls,
you're not going to the Super Bowl.
and you got Calvin Austin, who is moving back to his natural position of the slot.
Yeah. Najee
So,
Harris running the ball.
man, was he?
Hey,
Jalen Warren was running the ball good too. So, I mean, they started to come together.
it's about to get cold outside. They're going to be a hard team to beat. Now, what
Smash
I
my
do hope, I haven't heard any reports or seen any reports, Alex Highsmith went out on that sack and he couldn't put no weight on that foot. I hope he didn't break it. I hope it's not like a really, really bad high ankle sprain because if so, that's going to hurt him. But
I did see that play, and it looked like it hurt.
yeah.
You can see the full roll.
hmm So hopefully he's okay. And they got Baltimore next Sunday at 12 o'clock. I would straight up pick Baltimore, but I don't know, man. This Pittsburgh team, it's like they're a team of destiny too. They
Yeah,
kind of like Washington, but what this goes to show you when you have coaching, what can happen. You have talent and you have great coaching, things can happen. Washington will bounce back though. They got to play us Thursday in Philadelphia, so we'll be waiting for
then we had Minnesota. Um, and I expected them to cover 7, and they couldn't even cover 7. They couldn't get anything going.
them. No,
So
Sam
they,
Darnold is turning back into Sam Darnold.
I
Think the
mean,
clock may have struck midnight on that.
hey man, you have those games. As long as he bounces back next game, he'll be all right. Um, I guess Jaguars trying to get somebody fired.
Oh, Doug Peterson gone. I
Yep.
don't think he comes back next year. Let me see something here. Nope, the Jaguars play Detroit in Detroit next week. The Vikings got a shot because they play the Titans. They play them here, actually. You should go to that game.
No.
You
Look, I'm gonna tell you,
can
man.
go see Justin Jefferson.
I don't want to go downtown,
Abe, I think they both may get fired at the same time.
man. Downtown Nashville is not the same to me anymore, man. If the Titans were
No,
winning, I would go down there for a game, but I'm not going down there to watch the miserable football and then spend a bunch of money when I can sit at home and go to sleep if it ain't good.
yeah. I tell you what about this Minnesota team, though, man, who I do like. TJ Hawkinson is giving them a lift.
He's back.
He is back. He's giving them a lift.
If you
Uh,
watch today's show, the bet that I told you to place, it hit.
yeah. The one thing about Jacksonville that may have helped him yesterday, it may have proved it's worth paying Trevor Lawrence because Mac Jones looked awful. Uh, if Trevor Lawrence would have played, they may have beat Minnesota yesterday. Mac Jones he awful, man. He just bad.
Mac Jones don't have all that talent around him like he had at Alabama.
Yeah, and he looked like a young dude that got an old face. It's something about Mac Jones. He just looked 40 years old. He don't look young.
He looked
He got
lost at
that old president face. But ETN has been a disappointment. He's not playing well. I don't even think Brian Thomas caught two passes. I know he caught one. Jacksonville just is surprising, man. They're just not a good football team, and I thought they would be.
Mm-mm.
Then late in the game, the number one pick from last year, the year before, Trayvon Walker got that bad penalty, the unnecessary roughness penalty, and they pretty much cost them the game. Because if I ain't mistaken, it was a third or fourth down, and automatic first down. They ran the clock out. They just look undisciplined. They look like a team that is checked out.
Yeah, pretty much. Remember we were having a discussion yesterday, and I said when there's a change in the regime, sometimes you get that dead cat bounce, similar to what the Jets did. They played better that following game when Salah got fired. So the
Mhm.
Saints, they had a regime change. They came out playing.
Speaking of new change,
What?
the Saints.
That's what I just said.
I know it.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
said
I'm
speaking of
looking at.
change, I just went down the whole little spiel, man. You ain't even paying no attention to me.
I heard you.
Y'all
I'm
see how
talking
he
about
do
the
me?
Saints.
Do y'all see how he do me?
No, I'm talking about the Saints. I was finna add something on to it.
Oh, yeah, they had a dead cat bounce yesterday, and
Yeah. So you think they're gonna get worse?
huh? That was one good game. I'm not saying they're gonna finish the season strong.
Yeah,
There
that's
was
what I'm
one.
saying.
There was one good game. They eyed for that one good game.
Atlanta should have won this game. If
Still
y'all
ain't.
watched the show yesterday, I did not see New Orleans winning this game. They traded away Marshawn Lattimore. I'm like, okay, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Kyle Pitts, they finna have a game. That's not what happened. So now that
Bijan had a
makes me
game.
put pause on Atlanta. Because now I'm like, hold on. You got to win the games that you're supposed to win. And they didn't look good this
Well,
game.
well, it was a division game too, so those are always tough, no matter
Yeah, that's
if
true.
it's
That's
the
true.
horrible team or what.
That is
Bijan had a
true.
game.
And then they kicker had his worst day ever. Young Wei Koo had a horrible day yesterday. He missed 3 kicks. So they left a lot of meat on the bone in that game. I ain't going to take too much stock in it. Everybody has a bad game. I just felt like Atlanta should have won that one.
I always want to call him Young Hoku.
I mean, it's what you're supposed to do. I'm just being politically correct because we on this show. If
But
they want to offer us a contract, I know how to say the man's name. That's all.
his name is Wade, Young Wade. But I always want to say Ho. I guess I like the word Ho. Not talking about you women though. I'm talking about garden utensils. But anyway,
Man done stuck his foot in his mouth. Here we go. Let's talk about this game.
let's not.
The, the LA Chargers and the Tennessee Titans. Will
What?
Levis look better.
Hey, but what Dennis Green say back in the day?
We let him off the hook.
We
If you
are
want to
who they
crown him,
thought we
crown him.
were. We
Huh?
are who they thought we were.
Will Levis looked better. I
Uh,
can give you that.
a little bit.
He looked a little bit better yesterday. Did he have any interceptions?
I don't remember. I fell asleep.
Man, right here, man. Only thing, the Chargers, I'm glad they're getting Quentin Johnston involved because a lot of people had written him off. Uh, he's looking better this year. Once he gets that chemistry down with Quentin Johnston and Lad McConkey, I think the Chargers gonna be all right. Hell, what are they, 6-2?
Something like that.
I think the
Led
Chargers, have
McConkey
they
is
played the Chiefs yet?
no. They've got the Chiefs coming up. I think they got Baltimore coming up. Um, they've been playing a lot of losing teams, but
Okay,
but
so
they
so the
they got
jury is still out on
they got Cincinnati coming up.
so the jury is still out on the
The
Chargers.
jury is still out on them. They ain't playing nobody. These next four games gonna be tough for them though.
Okay, so we'll take that for what it was. They
As a
beat
matter
a team they were supposed to beat.
as a matter of fact, let's look. Um,
Just looking at the Chargers schedule.
Chargers, Chargers. They got the Bengals, Ravens, Falcons, Chiefs. Those are their next four games.
Yeah, that's right. They play the Bengals this Sunday night. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah. They finish off against weaker teams though, because they got the Buccaneers, Broncos, Patriots, and Raiders towards the end. So I mean, the Bucks, and the Broncos might give them a run, but them last two teams ain't gonna give them no problem.
Yeah. Well, so far, I mean, I like what I'm seeing. They defense flying around. They hitting people. That's for damn sure. I mean, Jim Harbaugh, he doing his thing. He's 6-2. They doing what they supposed to do. We'll come back in a month and we'll have this discussion again.
And then you had the Arizona Cardinals
The
whoop
team
up
I've
on
been
the
telling
Jets,
y'all about.
whoop up on the Jets.
I've been telling y'all, stop thinking that these teams are gonna stay bad or stay good forever. Arizona is a good football team.
And I stand corrected on whatever I said yesterday.
I'm telling you, Arizona is a good football team. Kyler Murray is a good quarterback. What Kyler Murray is what Carolina wants Bryce Young to be. Marvin Harrison is figuring it out. He had a good game, a good complete game yesterday. They got one of the most underrated, slept on tight ends in the game. If you ain't heard of Trey McBride, get he's a more athletic Travis Kelce. Not saying he
He
is
ain't slipped
Travis
on no
Kelce.
more.
He's built like Travis Kelce. He's athletic. He can run after the catch. He is a good young tight end. What'd you say, T?
He ain't slept on no more. People starting to find out who he is.
A lot of people when they see the Cardinals, they ain't gonna watch the game. They'll flip it to something else, especially the Cardinals and the Jets. Aaron Rodgers needs to retire. I've been saying it is over with. Devontae Adams, I think he had 6 catches for 30 yards or 5 catches for 30 yards. That's insane. Brees Hall, he can't get it going. This defense is not the vaunted Jets defense that we think it is. I mean, they here and there, they do what they can, but they just not a good football team. They just not a good football team.
Not at all.
And then I asked the damn question. I took Kyler Murray out of my lineup yesterday because I'm sitting here thinking that the Jets gonna contain him or at least slow him down. He on my bench with 56 damn points.
Mm.
Now
Did you cry about it?
I got Matthew Stafford tonight, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll get there in just a second. But let's talk about your Eagles and the Cowgirls.
I really don't even want to talk about this game. The Cowboys, they done. The one thing I do want to talk about this game, remember we was talking about dissension earlier with Debo and snapper, a long play, whatever, the holder. That's what he is. So, did you hear what Michael Parsons said about Mike McCarthy?
Nope, I missed that.
So he came out today. He said he didn't care. Well, he said he pretty much don't give a shit about Mike McCarthy. He was calling him Mike, wasn't giving him no respect. He said that he felt bad for people like Zach Martin who come in here and work hard, and those are the ones that deserve to hold the trophy. And Zach Martin has put more into the game than Mike McCarthy ever has. And
Wow.
he said he doesn't care if Mike McCarthy leave or what or stay, whatever he want to do. Pretty much, it sounds like Michael Parsons done checked out. And I keep telling people, y'all think I'm being funny when I say this. He a free agent after next season. Some of his closest friends are on the Philadelphia Eagles, and they know that. If you look at when all these expiring contracts on Philadelphia, people say we paying all this money. I'm telling you, he's from Philadelphia. He went to school at Penn State. I'm telling you, don't be surprised if number 11 come to Philadelphia. I'm telling you, just you think I'm crazy. I promise you I'm not.
I
That's
did
why
hear
he's going to make sure he's an unrestricted free agent.
I did hear the comment where Jerry Jones said that he's not considering a coaching change, but I didn't know that it probably stemmed from that.
And then, speaking of Jerry Jones, he said that the sun was some of the reason why the Cowboys didn't play good yesterday. But
You built their stadium,
you the one that built the damn stadium.
and don't they have a retractable roof?
Yeah. Yeah. Every draft, you're right. Michael Parsons, he's always looking at who the Eagles are drafting and everybody who he wants. And he has this friendship. I didn't know this till yesterday. Him and Saquon has like this, like me and you, they have a friendship. They talk all the time. And
Can't stay
uh,
long.
Saquon hosted him when they was recruiting him to Penn State. So they had like a little small brotherhood. So I'm telling you, Q, you got in without CD Lamb and that. The Cowboys are done.
The
Cooper
tank
Rush look
tank is in.
awful. Trey Lance should be on here with us commenting because he's awful. Trey Lance is San Francisco saved their franchise drafting Brock Purdy, but Dallas is gonna kill theirs acquiring Trey Lance.
Yeah, pretty much. Um,
So I I hate them, but this is bad. I didn't think they was gonna be this bad. They suck. Ezekiel Elliott, you got rid of him because you thought he wasn't good. You brought him back. He fumbled going into the end zone yesterday. CD Lamb don't really want to play. It's bad. It's just bad, man. It's bad.
yeah,
And
they're going
notice I
downhill
ain't even
fast.
say nothing about my. I mean, there's really nothing to say about Philadelphia.
They play
I
football.
hate in close games. They stop giving Saquon the ball. They start letting Jalen throw too much. He had a bad fumble yesterday. Whenever he's under pressure, he got to learn to start throwing the damn ball away. Quit trying to hold it. You can't make every play. And then, he always throws these bad red zone interceptions. You start playing against Detroit's and, teams with good defenses like that, it's going to come back and hurt you. Now,
Well,
you've been, A.J. Brown had a good day. Devontae Smith didn't really do nothing. Dallas Goddard stepped up. You got to keep Saquon involved, man. Quit making them damn turnovers.
it's not that the coaching staff don't want to keep him involved. When they get up like that, Saquon he wants to see the young guys go out there and play. He's
Well,
being
yeah,
a
I'm
good
talking
vet.
about when it's close. When it's late, yeah, I get that. You can Will Shipley, they took the starters out in the fourth quarter. I'm talking about when it's close. Like if it's 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2, get a damn ball to him. That's what you got him for.
They trying to keep him fresh.
But the other side of the ball, I'm liking what I'm seeing on defense. Jalen Carter, he wrecking shit. I keep telling y'all about our secondary. Our secondary, the worst player in our secondary may be Darius Slay now. He went from being the best to the worst, and that's not a bad thing. He's still good, These young people are just playing that damn great. They make Darius Slay seem regular.
The scheme works
That is
for him.
crazy to me. That was legit our weakness, and now it's becoming a strength. I love our defense, man. They coming together at the right time. But we can talk about this classic of a game that we seen.
Man, I really thought Detroit was going to lose that game.
They should have.
They should have. I mean, a couple calls. I mean, they were still good calls, but they were kind of questionable at the same time. Helped them get back into the game.
That kicker was lucky with his life yesterday.
I
That's all
mean,
I'm saying. I'm not hating on them. Detroit got lucky yesterday. You hate to say that, but them two damn field goals, man. If he went out there and tried to do that shit again, he couldn't have saved his life. I mean, barely. Both sides went through. Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions. They was down 23-7 at halftime. Houston dominated them until that second half.
I don't know what the coach said in the locker room, but it worked.
And then on top of that, CJ Stroud, I'm not gonna call it a sophomore slump. He looks a little more uncomfortable and rushed this year. He's not playing bad, but he's not playing like he did last year. He misses Nico Collins. He misses Stephon Diggs. Tank Dell is good, but Tank Dell cannot be a wide receiver one. Joe Mixon done found the fountain of youth. I don't know what Joe Mixon got. He didn't do well yesterday. You know, they kind of put stock in slowing him down on the run, but I think Houston is gonna be fine. They're a young team. They may learn from this. Detroit just may be a team of destiny. Detroit is the best team in the NFL right now.
And been working on it for the past couple of years.
And they all three aspects, offense, defense, special teams, they good at all three.
And
You
both
gotta give it to
coordinators,
them, man. I'm an
both
Eagles
coordinators,
fan, die hard. I don't fear no team in the NFC, but I do not want to see Detroit. I'm scared to play Detroit.
yeah, both coordinators are in line for coaching jobs next year.
Oh yeah,
Their
yeah,
names keep coming up,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
we'll
One of
discuss
them,
it.
they losing one for sure, if not
Yeah,
both.
yeah, we'll discuss that in the Cooler Talk episode this week. But yeah, they got two of the top coordinators right now, and then you got a good one-two punch at the running back. You got two star wide receivers, a star tight
Mhm.
end. I mean, it's gonna be hard to stop them.
Only thing that may get in their way is when they gotta pay them all. That's the only thing gonna stop them.
You're right. So it's Monday night.
I got some breaking news on this game too.
Tyreek Hill out or Jalen Waddle out?
Nah, he's not out. Tyreek Hill has a torn ligament in his wrist, but he is going to play through it.
Hmm. I knew it was one of them.
Yeah, because it was funny. I was trying to make my bets, put my bets in on winnable, and I could bet on all the Rams. I could bet on Devin Achane and Raheem Mostert. They didn't have Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill on there, and I haven't looked recently to see if they on there. I would assume by now they should be on there, but I was trying to get my bets in a little early, so I
Yeah,
had to go back and look.
I was trying to put together a couple of parlays myself, and some books you could find Waddell on, but it was hard to find Hill on anything.
Yeah. So what I will say about this game, as the plane flies over, I hope Matthew Stafford. I hope it's a shootout because I have Matthew Stafford. I got Matthew Stafford. I got Tua. I got Cooper Cup. Who else I got? Puka. Shit. Got Tyreek and Jalen Waddle.
I
I
got
need
Puka
a
playing
shootout.
tonight.
I
I do
need
have Puka playing tonight. Let me look at some.
let's see. What's the over under? You know?
Um,
I got it right here.
3.5.
49 and a half.
Oh, the over under. You said over under. I was thinking spread.
No, they got the Rams 2.5.
Okay, so on my fantasy right now, I've got Puka playing tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Tyreek Hill playing. I'm ahead 107 to 103.
Mm. Tyreek Hill injured, so you may win that one. Tyreek
May.
Hill ain't had a good season.
Mm-mm. Well, his quarterback's been down half the season, and his quarterback is the one that's just going to lob it up there, and let him run under it. So
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to. I haven't heard any news on Jalen Waddle. I'm going to assume he's playing. I
I
would
could
say.
I couldn't put him on no parlay. So I mean, it's probably a game time decision. I even looked at the injury reports and didn't see nothing.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing, but he wasn't no fan duel. Kyron Williams has scored a touchdown in I believe 9 straight games. You think he get one tonight?
Yep,
Do you think the Rams win tonight?
yep.
Do you think Cooper Cup has more than 5 catches tonight?
I've got him down for 4 on the parlay. Um, him and Puka both could be upwards to 6. I think.
Kyron Williams, 70 yards rushing and receiving.
Yes,
Devin Achan, 70 yards rushing and receiving.
yes.
Do you put any bet on Tyreek Hill?
No,
Kyron Williams didn't score last week. Do you put any bet in on Jalen Waddle?
no,
So if you was betting on Miami, what do you bet on?
no.
Kyron Williams did score last week. He had 22 carries for 69 yards. He did not score. Okay, so he scored in 8 games previous to that. He did not score last week. Okay.
I'm going to tell you, when the books are late putting people's props in, you should worry about those players.
Yeah, I'm not fooling. I mean, I got him in my fantasy because I have to. It's too late.
Especially,
Uh, I
especially if you
got
hear something last minute. If you hear something last minute like, "Oh, this person is good to go," stay away from it.
what about Demarcus Robinson? He been stealing touchdowns from Cooper and Puka.
I think he gets 25 to 30 yards. Yep, they're gonna keep him involved.
I'm gonna give you. I need to see what it is. I'm gonna give you a crazy play. Let me see if I can find it on here. On your FanDuel, take Tua's over on his rushing yards.
What's his line?
I'm finna tell you right now. Let's see. It sounds crazy, but he always scrambles every game because we be scared to death, and then he finally gets it. It don't even have it. See, that's the thing. I'm on FanDuel. It don't have most of the shit on here. It's only got Kyron Williams, Devin A. Chan, and Raheem Mostert. It don't have two of them on here. So cancel that. I guess you can't do it.
Tell you something real quick, and that's why I like Pickett because Pickett you can go in and see who has what lines.
Now they have Tyreek Hill. His over under 75 and a half. They got Waddle on here now. His is 45 and a half.
Uh, Tua on Bally Bets, which Bally Bets is here in Tennessee now.
Mm.
Uh, it is 4.5.
See, I would take that. He gonna take off running once.
If you do 5.5, Action 24/7 has it at plus 110.
Yeah, I would take Tua. I mean, I know you can't, but I'm just saying, whatever is on, if you could take Tua's rushing yards, I think he get. I'm gonna say he get at least 7 rushing yards tonight.
I'm gonna take
Gonna get him on accident too. Hopefully he slides.
5.5 at plus 100.
I tell you, what I am gonna play this game. I'm going to play the one touchdown, one field goal in each half is plus 1,500. If you want to make a small lotto play, I will do that. Let's see. They have a plus 2,300. It's Devon A. Chan and Kyron Williams to each record 10 rushing yards in each quarter.
If it's a blowout, Williams could come out.
They have Cooper Cup and Puka to each record 10 receiving yards in each quarter.
I don't trust none of those. I don't trust none of those each quarter bets. That's why the odds are so high.
What about 5 receiving yards each quarter?
I don't trust none of those each quarters.
You don't even know how high the odds
High enough that I don't trust it. I'm
are.
gonna say it's plus 600.
Which one?
The
The
plus
5
five.
receiving yards?
Yep,
Plus 1,500.
for real. See, the books gonna make a lot of money because people are gonna bet on it. But then again, the books get hit every now and then.
They get hit. The
Oh,
reason I'm saying that is because I don't. I think this is gonna be. It may not be too high scoring, but they're gonna throw the ball because that's what they do. And you got two teams that's in the top 5 with their number 1 and number 2 wide receiver when they're healthy. Now, I know Tyreek Hill ain't healthy, but I think this will be a good receiving game to bet on. But you have to worry about 2 factors on each side. Well, 1 factor on each side. Jonnu Smith been stealing targets from Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle all damn season. And Demarcus Robinson been stealing touchdowns from Puka and Cooper Cup.
so we just said sometimes the books get hit.
Mm-hmm.
DraftKings just lost 250 million in revenue, mostly on NFL games.
When this weekend?
It was in the recent news. I think it was for the quarter.
Oh shit, this game might be 0-0 tonight. They ain't letting nobody hit nothing tonight.
Man, they ain't got no choice. Yeah, I think that was part of their quarterly or their earnings. They lost some money, but they still up on the year.
Yeah, they keep taking my triple double money, but they're giving it back to me though.
Rams is a good money line pick, or I take the spread also.
Take the over under 49.
Man, I ain't messing with the over under. I ain't messing with the over under because you mess around and get Tua knocked out for some reason, and then there it goes.
Why everybody think Tua gonna get knocked out all the time? Man?
Man, Tua scare me, man.
He do.
Tua scare me.
Oh, hey man, if y'all haven't been paying attention, let me tell y'all something about this Rams defense. They got this pass rusher on their team from Florida State named Jared Verse. He the truth. Don't be surprised if you hear his name a few times tonight.
What
Tua
school?
better get his ass down.
He went somewhere before Florida State. Was it Florida A&M?
Jared Verse?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't go. He didn't stay at Florida State all 4 years.
Nah, nah. He came in from
No, Albany.
Albany. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he came
I'm
from a
telling you,
small school.
he was picked in the first round for a reason.
Yep.
I'm telling you, pick number 19. You will hear his name tonight. I promise you. Jared Verse from Florida State. You're gonna hear
Yeah, he's starting to look like an all pro already.
it. Mm-hmm.
So what night you want to have another show? Thinking Wednesday night?
What the masses think. But yeah, yeah, we can do Wednesday.
Y'all think Wednesday at 5:30, 6 o'clock?
Yeah,
Do a
we can
little cooler
definitely do
talk
Wednesday.
situation.
Wednesday is a good day for me.
Every day a good day for me that I wake up. I just be busy sometimes.
Man, it's some good games next Sunday. I can't wait to do the show next Sunday.
What we got? Let me.
What you put out? What did you put down for Tua? Q. I don't think Tua's gonna get hurt tonight. I'm just putting him on notice that hey, they got somebody on the other side that will knock your ass out the game.
I was putting him on a parlay over 200 yards. I was trying to do a parlay with him over 200, Stafford over 200, and pretty much each of the starting wide receivers over 40 yards.
Yeah, see, I put them both for 225. I needed to be a shootout.
Oh yeah, there's some good games next week. You got some division rivalries.
Yeah, we play the Commanders Thursday.
Some teams that the coaches should be losing their jobs.
We
Um,
play the Commanders on Thursday night. That's in Philly. I know the Ravens play the Steelers. I know the Bengals play the Chargers.
Monday night
That's
gonna
at
be a
least
suck
three.
ass game. Texans versus Cowboys.
Oh yeah, we gotta start back on this college football too.
We can throw some of that in on Cooler Talk episode on Wednesday.
So tomorrow, well, last week on election day they started it, but tomorrow should be around 7 o'clock. They're going to do week 2 of the college football playoff standings. Uh, Check that out. It's very interesting how they come up with it because they actually have the people who make the rankings. They interview them and they talk to them and they tell them why. It's going to be real interesting to see. Some of these teams, I don't think they're going to make it. Georgia and Miami, they may have screwed themselves missing, losing this late in the season.
Losing late in the season hurts you. Um,
Yeah.
if you lose early in the season and you finish out strong, it's a better look than losing late in the season if
Hmm.
you were undefeated. So
Now, Q, I think you safe for Tua. I got Tua for 225. I got two, and I went a little further than T. I went 225 for both. I went 40. I think I went 50 for Cooper Cup. I went 40 for Puka because he injured, and then I'm trying to play it safe for Puka, but I went 50 for Cooper, 40 for Puka. Did I say that right?
yeah,
Okay. I did not fool with Tyreek. I did not fool with Jalen Waddle, and I went 60 rushing and receiving uh, for Achan.
I think that's a safe bet.
Now, if you wanted to do some touchdown plays, uh, when Miami get close to the goal line, they don't use Achan like they usually use Mostert.
Yep.
Um, for the Rams, Demarcus Robinson. I mean, he gets the touchdowns. You can play Kyron. Before last week, he had scored in 8 straight games. So you got Kyron, uh, you got Mostert, Demarcus Robinson. Puka may get in there today if you want to take a long shot on something.
If it was me, I put my money on Karen.
Yeah, Kyron, yeah.
If he start running the ball, I'm cutting the damn game off.
You may as well because he going to the hospital.
So he gonna be up in there throwing gang signs.
Oh me. Hey man, do y'all see my shirt? Can y'all see it? I mean,
Yep.
hey, whenever we beat Dallas, it's a good week. We can check out, man. I appreciate y'all listening.
Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all Wednesday night. It'll be
Yeah,
somewhere
Tyreek
between
playing.
5 and 6.
He hold on. He is playing tonight. He has a torn ligament in his wrist. He is questionable, but they said he playing tonight. So if he don't put it on me. That was breaking news on my sleep app. They said he's playing tonight. I got him in my lineup.
Underdog said it too.
Yeah, I got him in my lineup. So he said he gonna play tonight. So hopefully he do something. I hope don't nobody hit him on it or something. Abe, the Steelers are not going to the Super Bowl. They're not going to the Super Bowl. Get there, man. They talking crazy. End the show. It's over with.
Appreciate y'all. See y'all later on this week. We out.
Yes,